I've arrived in Colombia and I am now just outside of Bogota, here at the Salt Cathedral, which is an entire cathedral built underground, made entirely of salt. So there's actually a salt mine surrounding this area. And we are looking through the Stations of the Cross right now. There is a series of shops underground here, which is kind of eerie. They sell a lot of gems and jewels and necklaces. But it's very neat. I've been to a very similar place in Poland, just in Krakow. There's a salt mine there. And they've got a very beautiful cathedral, but it's a very small area, whereas this entire infrastructure that we've been walking through so far has been entirely cathedral-based, with crosses everywhere. There's actually a little chapel behind me. It's really, really neat. And this is our first day here in Colombia, and I can't wait to find out what's next. And we are right now at a place called Casa Terracotta, which was built by Octavia Mendoza, I think that's right. He built this home for himself, and it took him 14 years between the years of 2000 and 2014. Unfortunately, once the house was complete, it was overrun by tourists, and he actually wasn't able to get any peace and quiet. So it is now officially a tourist attraction, and a very cool one at that. It's not like anything I've ever seen before outside of an amusement park. Everything here is made of clay and covered in the terracotta coloring, but it's really cool and very, very strange. So hopefully these videos here do it justice. One of the hardest parts of traveling is not really knowing what's going to happen next. And right now, I have absolutely no idea what to expect. The world has changed a lot in just the last few days, and Contiki has canceled all European, all Middle Eastern, all Asian, and all New Zealand trips, and they're not the only travel company to have made sweeping changes across the board. Latin America has not yet been affected, but the number of incidents of the COVID-19, the novel coronavirus, in this area is dramatically increasing, and I know it's only a matter of time before this area is actually affected by cancellations as well. So I begin to approach this trip as my final trip. It's day 300. I am still only 3/4 of the way through, but I have to be realistic and start assuming that this will affect me in the near future. So I still do have other trips that I booked and paid for, but I am actually turning 36 on one of those trips, which means I'm not able to do Contikis beyond that date. So I can't really postpone and continue this trip at a later date. It's going to be impossible. So yeah, I've been left with a lot of questions these last few days, and here we are in San Gil, where I should be out there doing bungee jumping or whitewater rafting or zip lining, but all I've been trying to do is come up with a plan, and I don't know what that plan is yet. By the time this airs, which will be April 20th, 2020, I'm sure all of it will have been sorted out by then. But as of right now, which is March 14th, things are very much up in the air, and I don't know if I would be returning home I don't even know if I could return home, either between a quarantine period or border closures, flights being canceled. It might be difficult to make my way back home. So my safest bet might be just to ride it out in a country like Colombia, where the cases currently are fairly low and the social distance between people is very high. So we'll see. But this trip, as it is right now, will continue, and we fly to Bogota in the morning, where hopefully it'll be business as usual. Well, we've just arrived in Bogota now, and there are people on my trip who are actually canceling the last leg. I myself haven't figured out exactly what I'm going to do yet. The thought of canceling the trip at this point, I don't want to do it, but the more I think about it, the more I realize that, let's say that even Contiki does cancel my remaining trips, which I fully expect them to do. There is something appealing about exploring a world that is currently under lockdown and visiting places that have no tourists. However, it's not unlikely that those places will actually be shut to tourism, in which case I'd be stuck in a foreign country with nothing to do, just spending money on a hotel room when I have nowhere to go. So, I don't know. We're gonna explore Bogota, and we're gonna see what this place has in store for us, but as of right now, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
He's here. Yeah.
I think we're about to find out that the rest of this trip has been canceled. We'll see what happens.
Contiki has decided to cancel the tour. So we are officially finishing tomorrow. Contiki is asking you that you get in touch with your airlines or whatever you need to get a flight to get back home from Bogota, which is the easiest way to get out from Colombia.
Well, I've booked a flight out now. I'm actually flying out in less than 9 hours. I figure if there's not much that I could do in the city, seeing as foreigners are banned from everywhere, then there's not much point in sticking around any longer than I have to. So I am flying out at midnight tonight, and that is the end of the trip. One thing I didn't point out is that I no longer have my good luck bracelet that I've been wearing for the last several months. When I left Rio, it actually broke in the taxi on the way to the airport. I was pushing my bag into the car, and the bracelet got caught in the zipper and ripped off. And I remember thinking at the time, like, oh, this doesn't mean anything. There's my bad luck. It's not going to be an issue. And then I got to the airport, and I went to the vending machine to buy a snack, and I ordered some Twix, and the Twix actually got stuck in the vending machine. And so I put in more money to buy another product, and that product also got stuck in the vending machine. So I thought, okay, well, that's as bad as it's gonna get. And then when I landed in Colombia, and I thought, you know what, the trip is going forward, bad luck, not a thing. And then this happened. Not saying that if I had that bracelet on, the world wouldn't have shut down the way it has, but it is somewhat ironic that I had such a string of good luck, and then the moment that bracelet falls off, everything went to hell. So this is it. The end of the Contiki Odyssey. Not ending the way I expected, but the rain is rather fitting. It's a very abrupt end to what has been an amazing trip. 304 days of Contikis, and I've had an amazing time. I've met some amazing people along the way, memories I'm never gonna forget. It's really unfortunate that I had to end this way. I feel like there's still so much more I wanted to do, but I also understand that what I've done and accomplished in these last 300 days is more than most people ever will in a lifetime. So thank you so much for joining me. It's been an absolute pleasure. I have a flight to catch tonight. I didn't realize I was going to be flying out so soon when I woke up this morning. I thought we were just heading to Bogota to continue the trip, but little did I know that I would have to get to Canada as quickly as possible to make sure that I don't get locked out of the country, or the fact that I wouldn't be allowed to walk around Bogota without a mask. So I'm right now just standing outside the hotel. I'm not breaking any rules right now. I'm pretty much still in the courtyard, but my taxi is waiting for me. I will be transferred to the airport. I will then board a flight, and I will be returning home, where the Odyssey will be coming to an end. So next week, I do plan on doing a little retrospective of the entire trip. I hope you enjoy that. But as far as new content goes for the Contiki Odyssey, this is it. This is the end. Thank you so much for joining me. And hopefully at some point in the future, I can do more episodes for you. But from Bogota, this is Corey Vanderland, day 304, signing off.